people come up to me and they go, like an Asian guy will come up to me, a young guy, and go, "Hey man, thanks for paving the way," or whatever. It's just like, I don't know about you, but I did it for selfish reasons, like fame.
Sure.
In the beginning, money.
Right.
And hooking up.
Okay.
I mean, in different orders at times, right? But that's what, and then but it's like, aside from that, you know what I mean? Just because we chose to do one thing, you get to experience things that you could never ever imagine for yourself.
Right.
And you're in places you're like, oh, you have to pinch yourself and go, this is unbelievable. Like, I was so desperate. I had no money. I had no future. I had no dreams or goals. And this is the only thing that I was kind of good at. Right. And thank God it kind of worked out for everybody.
Sure.
Val, if not for comedy, what would you be doing, you think? Was there ever a plan B, plan C?
So I owned a bar. I owned a restaurant.
Oh, nice.
Bar.
Oh, wow.
For a bit, but I was bartending so I could do comedy, and then I was like learning the business, so I had a backup plan.
Yeah.
And then I bought a bar, and I'm not even kidding. Like a month later, we got the show, and I just bought the bar.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
And, you have to put your life into this thing.
Yeah.
You can't, like, if it's a business, you have to put your whole life into it.
Right.
So for the first 2 seasons, I did both, and I would work like 8 to 5 on the show, and then like 6 to 4 in the morning at the bar. Wow. To the point where, like, after 2 years, I almost had like a complete full nervous collapse, because I think I was sleeping like 4 hours a night for 2 years, like.
Oh my
And then I finally made the leap of faith of after the second season, and I just relinquished my shares in the bar with my friend, and I said, I'll be a comedian now. Yeah.
Wow. Is the bar still there?
No, it's
Wow.
it left shortly after I left.
Wow.
That's such a difficult decision too, because like second season, like things don't last ever.
No, never. I couldn't believe we got to 1 season, and then at the end of the first season, I was like, well, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Like, we did all the jokes, and like, here I am in season 11, and we just signed for 11 and 12. It's like, yeah, I didn't think I could do it, and then it was really nerve wracking. Like, it was like, and I put most of my savings into the bar as well.
Wow.
So it was just like, it was.
I mean, the numbers though in the second season probably were good though, right?
They were really good.
Yeah. So that, I mean, in your mind, you can go, I think we can milk it for another couple of years.
It was my first successful venture into this area, into this space, and so I couldn't really count on that. If I have experience now in the industry, and I would like maybe make a better measured decision, but back then we had no power. Like, we were still like, they still had us like under their thumb. So it's like, I didn't feel like autonomy or anything like that. So it was pretty frightening to make the leap, but all good things.
But do you know when that changed? When you felt like, okay, I'm in charge?
So since we were there,
Well, that's not a weird question. I mean, in everyone's career, there is a moment where you go, okay, I think
100%.
I can do this for a long time now.
oh yeah, I take your question seriously.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
In regards to the show, the network has changed hands 4 to 5 times in our tenure there.
Wow.
And then like the second time, when someone came in the second time, the first regime was terrible. They were terrible. Like the guy, I've told this story before, but he ruled by fear, this guy, and no one at the network liked him. And we asked for a raise from season 1 to 2, and he told us that he would focus group the show, and whichever guy was the least popular, he'd fire him, and then we could absorb his salary as a raise.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
and then
crazy.
After the 4th episode, there was finally a joke he didn't like, and he called us in and told us that could never happen again. And so he wanted us to pre-write every joke. And we said, well, this isn't the nature of the show. The show, we improvise and we go in the moment, and we don't know what's going to happen, and we're just setting up scenes and going with it. He's like, well, then what you'll do is you'll just write jokes for every single type of person, age, everything. So that when someone So we're like, this is impossible. Yeah. He ended up getting fired, but one thing was cool we did to him was like, he said he would take us out to dinner one time, because we got the second season or whatever. And he's like, we used to go to Red Lobster to celebrate. Through all of our successes growing up, because we've known each other since we were 13.
Wow.
We'd go to Red Lobster, and he was like, oh, I'm not going to Red Lobster. He's like, I'll take you guys to like, per se, this really fancy seafood restaurant. And we're like, nah, whatever. We left, and we went to the Red Lobster in Times Square, and we stole the beeper You know when you're waiting for a table?
Yeah.
There's like a red claw, a red beeper, like a lobster claw was the beeper.
Yeah.
And so we went and stole it.
Yeah.
And we put it in like a beautiful box, like a velvet, like on a velvet pillow, and and we wrapped it and everything in a bow, and we just sent him it. So like, you know, like me and like,
Yeah.
So he ended up booking a reservation there, and I didn't know this, but in Times Square there's a private room in Red Lobster.
Why did? Whoa.
Who would know that? It's like
Yeah,
the captain's quarters or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we got there and we were there before him. And so we sat down, the waiter came in, we're like, look, this is what we're gonna do. This guy was like, when he comes here, like when he comes in, we order.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I want like this thing right here, just like one thing.
Yeah.
I want you to, when I say I'll maybe take some, like I'll have some crab legs, bring like 10 pounds, 15 pounds. When I say I'll have some lobster, like 3.5, 4 pounds, the biggest lobster you have for all of us, and just keep bringing it.
Wow.
I was like, please do us this favor.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
guy's like, I got you.
Yeah.
And then we ate, it was like 4 of us and him, and the bill was $750.
Whoa.
Red Lobster.
Whoa.
So we got it. And he opened it up with like a CVS receipt in his face, like you just saw him. He was the head.
Because he's paying it for it.
Yeah, he's paying.
Oh, that's so. That's so great.
And it
That's
literally
so
opened
great.
up like a trifold, and he was like, "What the fuck?" He literally said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then the guy Murr, who you called up earlier, he on his DeskJet printer, he printed out a $5 off coupon. And then when he was like unspooling the receipt, he was like, he's like, I have a $5 off coupon.
Wow, that's so.
And the guy's like, oh, fuck your coupon. He knew something was up, but he couldn't like peg us for it, you know? Yeah.
But he's gone though now.
He was gone. And then the next regime was really nice. And then by that time, like they were coming into something that was working already. And then as we stayed the course and the next regime change, it was like, it just got more and more that like you wouldn't come in and ruffle like what we were doing because we had it down, you know? So at this point, it's a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're just, captaining our own ship really.
But you also, I mean, I don't want to, build you up. But
Why not?
So
I want to.
Yeah.
But when I want to
Don't do it.
tear him
Yeah, I
down.
want to build you up. You have a little bit of extra from your teammates because they don't do stand up, right?
No, they don't do so. We toured together for the last decade.
But you go tour on your own, too.